People don't interrupt everyone in the same way, and it isn't about manners, confidence, or intelligence. It's an automatic psychological filtering process that usually occurs before the other person even realizes it's happening. The human brain is always scanning conversations for signals that indicate whether a voice should be respected or interrupted. When someone interrupts you, it's not because they consciously choose to disrespect you. It's because their brain didn't perceive your speech as needing permission to continue. Every conversation has an invisible hierarchy that develops in real time. The brain evaluates voices based on certainty, rhythm, and finality, not on the intelligence of the words, but on how complete they sound. When someone speaks with frequent pauses, rising tones at the end of sentences, or uncertain pacing, the brain interprets this speech as open-ended. Open-ended speech feels interruptible. It seems like a placeholder rather than a conclusion. As a result, the listener's mind fills in the gaps by interjecting. This explains why some people get interrupted even when sharing important points, while others can speak slowly or softly, yet maintain control of the conversation. The distinction lies not in volume, but in structure. Voices that are seldom interrupted tend to progress with steady pacing. They avoid rushing to make a point or finish a sentence. This steadiness signals to the brain that the thought is complete even before the sentence concludes. Another factor involves psychological ownership of space. Individuals who unconsciously claim conversational space are less likely to be interrupted. They achieve this through posture, timing, and silence. When someone completes a sentence and doesn't immediately fill the ensuing silence, the brain interprets that pause as intentional. This pause conveys that the speaker isn't finished despite having stopped talking. Most interruptions occur during moments when silence seems unintentional rather than deliberate. Additionally, social conditioning plays a role here. From a young age, people learn which voices can be overridden without repercussions. If someone often allows interruptions without addressing them, this behavior becomes reinforced over time. The interrupter's brain learns that stepping in is acceptable. Eventually, this behavior becomes automatic and not personal. What's interesting is that people who interrupt don't do so with everyone. They tend to selectively interrupt those whose speech patterns indicate flexibility. They rarely cut off voices that sound firm, resolved, or definitive. This explains why authority in conversation doesn't always reflect real-life authority. Someone with less status can take control of a discussion simply based on how their speech resonates. Interruptions aren't about power in the usual sense. They revolve around perception. During a conversation, the brain continuously asks one question. Is this voice finished, or is it still asserting itself? If the answer seems ambiguous, interruptions feel warranted. This is why altering how you speak can affect how others respond to your words. It's not about demanding respect. Rather, it's because the brain reacts to clarity and completeness. When your speech conveys finality, interruptions seem out of place. And when interruptions feel inappropriate, people are likely to stop doing it.